Good. Good morning.
Hey, Doug. How's it going?
How are you doing, Victor?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah?
How does it feel to be on this side of the screen?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm like, it's easy to be on that side. And for me, he shouldn't have said that. Why'd he do this? Why'd he do that? Now I'm on this side and we're live. I can't even say, Stormy, cut. Please cut.
Yeah.
Can we do it? Can we do it again? I didn't say it right. Yeah, the first broadcast, I kind of feel bad for the East Coast. I'm not going to lie. They get the dry run.
They get the dry run. This sounds like the better run. And so, by the way, who do we see out there? I see Adam Humphrey. Adam is like, does he always just? I swear to you, he jumps on the screen first. And
He does.
Stephen Martin looked like he's going to go play around the golf right there with that cap on. I see you, brother. I see you, man.
I see a ton of people I know. A ton. I see Kraus out there. I see Miss Sarah.
Sarah only wants to show her half face. There she is. Oh, there's a full. David Henry, what's happening? And
Let's see. Oh, there's Gordon.
G. Hubbard, a.k.a. the Gare Bear.
Gare Bear. That's a new one for me.
Yeah.
Gary.
He was out there. David, what's happening? Is that Patello? I can't read that far, man, but chilling in the car, looking good with the blue, man.
see.
Looking good with the blue. Barry Polk, what's happening? Barry looks
Barry's
all buttoned
my
up
guy.
over there. Yeah, he looks all buttoned up. He looks
sharp.
serious.
He's sharp
He looks
looking.
serious.
Yeah.
Is he hitting his number, though?
If you look at his sales numbers, I'm just saying. But yeah, always could be more.
Gary's like, why you messing
Always
with me? I
more.
don't even know you, man.
They just landed a DHL.
Did they?
Was it right?
DHL?
Caesar, yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's all confident now.
Yeah.
Solid punches. What's happening?
Let's
There you
see.
go.
There's Albert out there. There's Avery and friends.
We got Avery. Can they hear you, Stormy, or do we just hear you?
No, you just heard me.
That's it.
So Stormy's talking to us. We've got this secret little voice that just kind of comes over.
Yeah.
She's telling us we need to move pages because there's more pages there.
Yeah, there's more pages. We got Juliet Lee. What's happening, Juliet Lee? She's got a nice smile. Juliet's got a nice smile.
She does.
She's just got a nice smile. Just
She does.
Makes everybody all happy and stuff. And let me see.
But it's because we need cameras on. The
That's
other
cool.
pages have no photos.
Yeah, Michael Smith. What's happening? I don't know what's behind you. Looks like an interesting flag. All right,
All right. Are you ready to get started?
let's do it.
So, Victor, did you know that yesterday was National Bee Day?
National Bee Day. Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you and Ed come up with these obscure, I don't know. Okay, so it's National Bee Day. What does that mean?
National Bee Day. So the thing I like about National Bee Day, it's something that you all might know, but I didn't know, is the bumblebee, specifically, aerodynamically, according to NASA,
Okay, good. Okay.
shouldn't be able to fly
The bumblebee, according to NASA, should not be able to fly.
aerodynamically.
Aerodynamically. Okay.
Yes, right? So, but the bumblebee doesn't know this. They
Okay.
have no perceived limitations.
Right.
They don't look at it that way. They just fly.
Okay.
They don't look at aerodynamics. They don't
Right.
look at any of that stuff.
So it's not looking for efficiency, aerodynamic in your case,
No,
it just flies.
no, it's not discouraged by limitations.
Is there a reason you chose this bumblebee topic?
There is.
Okay, what was that?
Well, because we as sales folks, actually people in general, not just sales folks, we honestly, we get stuck, right, at a certain point, and we get in our own way.
It's like self-perception?
Yeah.
Self-perception.
Huh?
I don't see myself as a salesperson, therefore I don't think I
No,
can sell.
no, not the salesperson
Okay, all right,
side.
all right,
but
all right.
well, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or
Right.
my geography doesn't allow this, or my
Right.
territory isn't that, and we get stuck.
Okay.
So if the bumblebee can do it, I mean,
If the bumblebee can do it.
we can do it
I can
too.
do it.
Come
Oh,
on, all right.
yeah.
All right, so that's my bumblebee.
All right.
I want you guys to be bumblebees.
By the way,
Andrew,
Neri
you
Roca
ready?
has a look on his face like, really? I tuned in for bumblebees?
Yes.
Not Neri Roca. That's what you tuned in for.
They're not feeling me. I don't see smiles out there.
Go ahead.
No, they're not even humored.
Tony Brandon is just ignoring you. He's with his mustache just chewing away.
Tony,
He doesn't hear it.
Fidel's next to him.
All right.
All right, so let's get into some sales numbers. We had a solid commercial sales results for April. Local commercial sales were up 15% to last year and 15% year to date. And although teen sales were down 7%, we're still up 16% year to date. National account sales up 59% in April and 36% year to date. And total sales for April, what do you think?
30 million.
Only in my dreams.
Yeah.
I almost touched my microphone. So actually, it was at 17.8 million.
17.8. Nice.
On a last year of 15.5, so it's still 16%.
That's a big jump. That's a big jump.
Huge.
Good
and
numbers.
then year to date, $65.4 million. Right?
Great numbers,
That's all
man.
these folks.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
here.
amazing. Numbers.
Hitting both profit and revenue plans year to date, and believe it or not, we're just getting started. We're literally just getting started. It's only May.
Yeah, it's only May. So good outlook. Have you looked at the second half of the year? What are some of the number projections? Did you talk to Ed about that at all?
They're just higher.
They're higher. That's it. That's just safe. Yeah, they're higher, Victor.
They're just higher.
The numbers are just growing.
we just take last year and we put 20%. 20%, right? That's what everybody committed to. 20% over last year.
They probably put
I'm
thumbs up
looking
on
for
that.
some faces. No, Michael Smith's like, Don, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Good numbers.
But in April, we had 17 winners hit the 75K club.
Nice.
17. But I was told
Yes.
to not let you bully me into more money.
Is this the bully signal?
This is the bully signal.
Don't bully me.
No bullying.
No bully. Okay, I won't bully you.
So our first place winner will get $500, and all the other 16 will get $100.
$100.
$100. 5 and 100.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna say anything.
All right, let's roll the tape. What'd you think?
Joel the Don Bird Don
those.
out of Wisconsin. The cheesehead pulls it up front. My man. Way to go.
Yes, Joel, I actually talked to his region manager, Tim, and he went and he did a lot of pre-selling.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice job, man.
Pre-selling,
$1,000 coming your way, brother.
$500 coming your way.
My bad. $500 coming. Yeah, just my bad.
500
My
coming
bad.
your way. Everybody else gets 100. But yeah, he actually did mosquito and power spray pre-sales.
Nice.
You got him a bump up. You have Ryan Wilkie out there, number 2.
Yep.
And Scent Services.
Scent Services.
Scent Services.
Yeah.
Left a demo at a Salvation Army and then ended up selling 7.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
along with a school system that he prospected.
How big was that deal? Do you know?
Which one?
The Salvation Army one.
Salvation Army, I want to say 47?
47?
$48,000?
It counts.
If I'm not mistaken.
Nice. That adds to the pot.
Yeah.
Any names on here that stand out? We got some of the old guard here. Civatoni, way to go. Humphrey again. Somebody put he did the 100. What is the perfect mile?
Perfect mile. It's
Is what?
100,000.
Is it? What happens when you're on this list for a whole year? Is there a name for that? Like you're every year, every month?
Yeah, that's called Chairman of the Chairman's Club.
Chairman of the Chairman's. Got it. So he's got Brian. Guillermo's always on here.
Guillermo
Dolente.
is always on here.
G Money, somebody called
Yep.
him. Okay. My girl Roxanne said, let's go SCCR.
Do you know what SCCR is?
Southern Commercial.
South Central.
That's what I said. South
Commercial
Central
Region.
Commercial Region. That's what I said. You were testing me. I got it. So, and Gorecki, Arbgas. Great job, Ryan. Some of the comments coming in. Mark McConnell wants to know, what the heck is pre-selling?
Oh, come on, Mark. You're like the king of pre-selling. It's in your backyard.
Does he know? Does he know?
He knows what pre-selling is.
Yeah.
That's when you look at a situation and you say they're going to need this service. Like it's January, but I know we don't start our mosquito program for this customer because maybe there's snow on the ground. So I'm going to sell it today, but we're going to start it in March, April.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Pre-selling. Nice numbers.
Yeah.
Great
Amazing numbers. Point out that Jesse Jolly, VA Hospital, Sourcewell.
Yeah.
That was through Deborah Toth. And just about everybody on the top 6 was some type of campaign sale of sorts. So even Mr. Acosta, it's the Yum Brands. He sold 40 KFCs.
40 KFC. How did that deal come about?
So that was a collaboration with the Orkin Pro. So we went out, we were doing some exceptional service at, I believe, another location, and they referred us. So it became a referral to where we already have the national account scope, we already have the pricing, we had everything ready to go, and yeah, 40 locations later.
That's a nice deal.
Very, very good.
Mark McConnell, we have a little tiff going on here. Mark McConnell says sandbagging equals pre-selling.
No, it doesn't.
Gary Bear says no, pre-selling equals proper planning.
I'm going with Gary Bear. I'm going with Gary Bear.
And Roxanne says proactively offering solutions.
Bam.
She's mitigating the middle right there. Well done, Roxanne.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But last month,
Okay.
you and Ed did a whole thing on ChatGPT.
Yes, we did.
And Gemini.
Yes. Have you used ChatGPT before that? Did you use it before that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've
Okay.
been using ChatGPT for probably about a year and a half.
Okay.
Ish.
By the way, how many folks out there are actually using either ChatGPT, Gemini, Anthropic's Claude? Just hit a 1. Put a 1 in the actual chat. Just see how many people are actually using it.
Let's see.
Yeah. It'll come in. Bunch of ones here. Kirkland, Humphrey,
There's a
Warsham.
ton.
Oh, my God. There you go. Michael Smith, Perplexity. Nice.
1+1. Albert was actually the one who introduced me to some of the AI stuff.
A lot of folks are using it. Oh,
yeah.
my God. I wouldn't have bet this many people would. You guys are impressive. You guys are impressive. All right.
Well, but Ed had a challenge for everybody last month, right? He asked you all to send an email to him on how you overcame an objection or how you use ChatGPT to fine-tune either the pictures that you were taking in the description or part of your proposal, and to send him an email, and he was going to get them your book, Relationship Selling. And Ed wanted me to tell you all the book's on its way.
Relationship selling is on its way. Good.
Yes, relationship selling. But you know, Victor, the thing is that with relationship selling, like that's what we do.
Yes, it is.
Pest control is all about building relationships and providing solutions.
I agree.
That's really all it is.
I think when you look at all the products and services, like even your competitors, right? I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to relationships. People who argue about pricing all the time, I'm always like, yeah, 10-15% of the population will go on price. I get that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the relationship piece. And then the other piece we're going to talk about later on is how do you sell multiple services or multiple products?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Because the relationship piece is the art of what we do, right?
Yes, well said.
And so, but did you know that you can put pictures into ChatGPT and it creates some magic?
Yep.
Did you know that you can use prompt engineering to make it funnier, sadder, maybe put a hat on somebody?
Yep.
Well, I have a couple pictures of you. So this picture was a picture that you, when Hamlet and I were here in studio, and said that you were our muse, basically. You were motivating the West Coast.
Oh, this is what I was. Oh, I remember this one.
Yes.
Now I remember this. Okay, I remember this.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I was like, I put it into ChatGPT, and it also gives you the essence of what they're truly meaning.
What do you mean essence?
It gives it back
the essence?
to you. And this is what ChatGPT spit out for me.
My essence?
And to me, you just look so angry.
I have issues.
Yeah.
I just have issues, I guess. But that doesn't look like me. That doesn't look like me. That's a better looking person than I am. But I'll take it.
Maybe the next one. So this next one you and I took together at the meeting last month. And I put it into an AI platform, said, make this into a cartoon character.
Let's see.
What?
What the hell? I mean, look at this. You look younger, cuter, nicer. I look like an old man with my... is that a wrapper on my head?
You have hair. You're welcome.
Like a little monk or something, like I'm an old man.
I gave you hair.
Yeah, you made me older. Thank you. All right, Dawn.
I just thought you would enjoy that. I use it too. You guys can, have a little bit of fun with it.
Dear Victor, next month's broadcast ought to be really interesting.
Oh,
It is fun to play with it, though, right?
it is. It is
fun.
a lot of fun. But kind of we'll get into the content now. I just thought you guys would enjoy to harass Victor with me a little bit.
Yeah.
Have some fun. But sales, I look at sales as an art and a science. And I know a lot of times I'll tell people, well, sales is math.
Right.
It's math. And when you're looking at it, the math is the quantitative part.
Right.
Right? You can quantify it, you can put numbers to it, whereas the art is like your closing percentage.
Right.
That's your qualitative. That's your, how you create relationships and whatnot. We have technical difficulties. But those aspects of building the rapport, I'd like to stick to the science of what we're doing and how we do it. So we all talk about this formula, and I need to keep talking. Victor's.
I'm adjusting something over here.
adjusting.
I'm gonna need Stormy's help.
So with the math, it's appointments times average proposal dollars
There you go.
times closing percentage equals sales.
Right.
And my brother Mike talked to you guys last month about 3 new appointments. So you take the 3 new appointments times, let's just say $25,000 in proposal dollars, and we'll give us a closing percentage of 18%. I know it seems low, but let's just go with it. And you're looking at 13.5. And then if you take that 13.5 per day times 20 days in a month, then you'll get $27,000 in monthly sales. $27,000 times 12, you're at $324,000 in sales. And at $320,000, what does that mean for you all as account managers? Does anybody know? You should know. Is it in the chat?
Okay, put it in the chat. What does it mean? 300. Robert
Barr got it.
16?
You move up to 16% commission.
Oh.
Like right now, if they're below 320, they're at 15% commission.
Yep.
So if they hit 320, then all their sales moving forward go up to 16%.
Yep. Juliet was more to the point. Money.
That's right.
Juliet like, screw that, money.
100%, 100%. So, but this is where there's 2 areas here that we can truly impact, and that's the number of appointments and your proposal dollars. So what if your proposal dollars, because we always propose GPC on almost every single thing we do, general pest control. And these are all averages, so don't come at me later, they're averages. I know we have the one-offs and everybody has different territories, but let's just say average, $1,500 for your general pest control. Let's say you add Orkin scents. You also add mosquito, fly control, rodent control, and now your average proposal dollar goes from 25 to 4,770. You do the same math with 3 appointments, 4,700 times 18%, because you're focusing on your proposal dollars, you get 2,575 and some change. You take that, you times it by 20 days, now you're at $51,000 a month. $51,000 times 12 is $618. At $465,000 in sales, yes, Michael Edwards, you're right.
Yep.
20%.
Michael, he went straight to it.
He knew. He was following me.
I'm racing ahead.
He was speaking my English.
Yeah.
So you pop up to 20% sales commission at that point.
Nice.
Right?
That's real money.
And
16 is real money, but 20 is even realer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when you think about it, there's really 2 things that you guys can impact now. And that's the science piece. The number of appointments, and that's what Mike talked about last month. And now it's the proposal dollars. And so generally, we tend to just propose general pest control when we go out.
Right.
We typically forget about the other service lines.
Right.
Do you have any theories or a thought process on why that would be?
I think a lot of salespeople are sometimes hesitant that if they make the proposal too big, they'll scare the client off.
Yeah.
But I have another way of thinking, which is probably what you think.
Tell me more.
Which is, I like to offer them, can I say the full Monty? Is that allowed?
Let's do it.
The full Monty being, I like to offer them everything and let them tell me what they don't want. But too often we feel like if we do that, we're being too pushy. And I don't think that's the case.
No.
So I think when you look at it from a holistic standpoint, because I'm looking at the place, everything associated with your place of business, therefore, I'm going to offer you everything. You're going to tell me what you want.
Yeah. 100%, 100%. But for some reason, if we're looking at this through the lens of the bumblebee,
Yeah.
we see these perceived limitations and we just stop short.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of times, because if you don't propose it, you can never sell it.
Right.
And so we stop there and we just do the
Agree.
general pest control or just, a limited package.
I think when you look at the three variables, right? The number of appointments, the average deal size, the proposal, and then the close rate. To your point, would you try to fix all three at one time? How would you approach that? Would you try to do all three at one time? How would you do it?
I wouldn't. I would look at which one you need to look at your numbers. So everybody has their individual numbers.
Right.
Look at your numbers. Where do you need to really focus? Is it appointments? Is it proposal dollars? Because if you focus on just the one, you can start multiplying and get to where you need to be. Your closing percentage is typically your closing percentage. I mean, that's an art that comes with time after fine-tuning and doing other things. But those two other numbers, the appointments and the proposals, me personally, I think that the proposal number is where you can start having an instant impact on some of your sales dollars. Because what you do today will impact a sales, especially in commercial, will impact us in 90 to 120 days tomorrow.
I agree. I agree. So, as you're saying that, I'm thinking, just my brain thinks this way. I was trying to reframe those three variables. And if you look at what's controllable, the proposal piece, what you propose is the most controllable.
Yeah.
I would say second to that would be maybe the number of appointments. And the least controllable to some extent is obviously your close rate because it depends on where the customer is in the buying journey.
Right.
But if you can control the proposal piece, which is very controllable, what you offer, why not run that number up?
100%. 100%. So if I were to ask you guys to do one thing, is to increase your proposal dollars by layering in just one item first and then start layering them in afterwards.
Yeah.
As you get better and better. And the mosquito piece is probably the one piece that, all of them, the more services that you have or that you add, the stickier is what the concept behind it, the stickier you get as a customer. So retention is better. But the mosquito piece actually also helps the Orkin Pros because the mosquito actually helps with a lot of other pests. And so your callbacks reduce.
Right.
They stay on longer as customers.
Big, huge.
Absolutely. And they're more satisfied.
Yeah.
So adding mosquito to me is one of the easier ones.
That's a nice way of looking at it as a reframe, right? Especially the last part, that customer satisfaction goes up with the number of options that we offer a customer.
Yep.
And then we talked about this, that when you have more services that you're offering a client, especially a commercial client, the more services you offer, the better, the probability of retention goes up.
Yeah.
And I think that's key right there because it's easier to hold on than try to go get some new business.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've actually had the not so much pleasure of losing accounts because they didn't know that we did these other services.
Interesting.
They had no idea. And so they went and got somebody else.
Yeah.
And then they took over the complete portfolio. It's almost like we let them in our house.
Yes.
And then they took the rest of it.
A couple of comments here. Roxanne highlighted a book called Go For No. Great book. I know the author. I just forgot her name. I can't think of her name right now. Then Michael Cross said, well said, don't spend the customer's money for them. You don't know what they can or cannot afford.
Yeah.
And that's big because too often we're thinking again, there's something called fundamental attribution error, which means I project on you what I think you want, but I'm not confirming it.
Yeah.
That's what I think you might want.
Yeah.
And that's the error, as Michael's pointing out here. Good point.
Yeah, absolutely. And Avery said, don't shop from your wallet.
Yes. More succinct. Adam says DAR. What's that?
I'm thinking daily activity report. Is that correct?
Adam, kick back on that one. Yep.
Is that?
Robert Barr says, I could buy a lot from my wallet. Good math. Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
All right, so Adam said correct.
Yep.
Daily activity. So it's tracking your numbers.
Yep.
And the other thing I would I would also encourage you that even if you're really, really good, you know, the Guillermos, the Jesse Jollies, you know, even Joel, look behind the good numbers. You know, we always look at good numbers, we're like, oh, they're good. But what if you could do just one thing to enhance it to make them better?
Yeah.
So even though you might already have good proposal numbers, how can you increase it? What does that look like?
Yep.
And so we all have that, just that 1% degree to change.
Can they run a report? I don't know this. I'm asking sincerely. Is that, you know, can people run, you know, what their average proposal number is, like on a monthly basis, quarterly basis? Just kind of look at numbers, say, okay, this is what I proposed on average, just to get a baseline of where they're at.
No, absolutely. So in many parts of our world, we have an activity report that they fill in every day. So it's usually an Excel spreadsheet of some sorts that shows their proposal dollars. So they could actually go back and look at what they proposed in, say, February. And they could trend it too. That in January they proposed, you know, 100,000, and then in February 200,000.
Right, and just track, but that's tracking the gross number, so to speak.
Yeah,
of proposals.
And, and it also, depending on your, whether it's a DAR or a flash report, you can actually break it down to the different service types.
Got it.
As well.
Got
So
it.
you can see how much you've proposed in mosquito, how much in rodent and whatnot. And then you can go back from there. Because if you're closing 0 in mosquito, say you're proposing it every time.
Right.
You can go back and say, okay, what am I'm not doing something right in my presentation.
The macaques, yeah.
So
Good
then
point. Great point.
now
Great
you're
point.
diving into the numbers to find out why.
I think a lot of people don't, I shouldn't generalize. So I noticed when I talk to different companies and I started asking them about the data, and I started asking them, how often do you look at your numbers, your KPIs or something to figure out, you know, whether you're up or down, or maybe you're doing something wrong in your presentation. I kind of get some blank looks sometimes, like, no, I never dug into the numbers, but that's where the clues might be of where you're missing some numbers.
Yeah, because you manage your numbers to figure out where you need to go.
Right.
Right. That's almost like your footprint.
Yeah.
And we can do it individually. We can do it as a branch. We can do it as a company.
Right.
You know, where.
But
are
as
we
an individual,
excelling?
I would look at how many appointments I'm setting up and maybe look at it on a quarterly basis, trend that out, and then I would look at my average proposal or total proposals, divide by whatever number of meetings I had or number of proposals, and see what my average is, and at least try to work on those two levers of selling.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, 100%. And this phrase that we don't have bad sales months. We have bad days that we didn't go in and adjust.
Okay.
Right? As a salesperson, we just didn't look at it and say, okay, I've had a couple of slumps. How do I pick it back up?
Yep.
What was I doing yesterday that I'm not doing today?
Yeah.
You know, what does that look like? So.
And it's, even if you're doing, as you pointed out, even if you're doing well, I've seen like certain salespeople who are doing well then just start flattening. It's because they know too much, or they've gotten comfortable, or they drift off center just ever so slightly, that one day they realize they're not selling how they used to.
Yeah.
By the way, which is why I think sales training is always important, because even if you don't learn anything new, sometimes you're reminded of something you used to do that you no longer do. And maybe that's a hint that when your numbers are going down, to look for those signals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So you had 6 examples. I know we talked about 1 or 2 already, but I wanted you to hit on those because I thought there was some good content in there.
You're talking about our winners, our top 6?
Yep.
So, well, we did hit on it about with Joel and the creative bundling.
Right.
And then Ryan with the school system and the Orkin Sense.
Gotcha.
We had Billy in our south commercial area. He fights fire ants. He's got a lot of fire ant things going on.
Okay.
Jesse Jolly with Sourcewell. Jason, when I talked to Angie, she said it was just a little bit of everything.
Really?
So a lot of magic going on there, but based around referrals.
Nice.
And then Mr. Anthony Acosta with the KFCs.
Yeah, I like the fact that we're hitting the Sourcewell content. I mean, what do you see from your perspective when you're talking to people in the field?
With Sourcewell?
With regard to Sourcewell, are we really taking advantage of that relationship?
We are. We definitely are. Deborah is busy.
Okay.
She's busy right now.
Deborah is?
Yeah, she's completely. So Deborah is our government relations national account manager. So she helps us with all of that stuff. And we were actually just at a meeting recently in California last week, and she presented to the entire group there, and most of them were very familiar with her.
Okay.
So she's busy.
Yeah.
She's busy.
Okay. That's a good sign then.
Yeah.
Well
Sourcewell's taken off for sure.
Love
for
it.
sure. But With that said, a little bit of housekeeping for you. I won't keep you guys too much longer, but our next campaign is fly control and the Hilton Supply Management. You have Mike and Josh in talking fly control to the team. And then you have Mr. Lyle Scott out of SCCR talking with Eric Hardaway and the Hilton Supply Chain Management. And with that said, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you all about, how important safety is. The most important thing you guys do every single day is drive. And the most important stop of the day is home. So I want to make sure that you guys get home safe every single day and embrace Mentor. Embrace it because it's going to help you create the habits you need to become a safer driver and to get home safe every day to your family. With all that said, I want you guys to think of the bumblebee. Stop it, Victor. The bumblebee. That's the theme today. You're going to be a bumblebee today, right?
I want you all buzzing today.
You're going to believe in your abilities and not be discouraged by perceived limitations. I want you guys to go out there. I want you to sell some stuff, have fun, and be a bumblebee.